As the price of weddings rises yearly, it is important to know where and how you can save money. So this Money Monday, we're debunking some common money myths when it comes to saying I do.
And joining us with some money-saving tips is Associate Editorial Director of Brides, Sarah Schreiber. Thanks so much for being with us.
Thanks for having me this morning.
So let's get into some money myths for couples. Starting with this one, my Pinterest board is going to be sad about this. It's always cheaper to DIY your wedding decor.
Not true. Oftentimes, DIYing is more expensive. If you are crafty, go for it. This is something you've done before, but if not, and for most couples getting married, this is their first rodeo when it comes to crafting. Time, materials, money, it really adds up. Before you know it, you're spending a lot of money. In this case, it's really best to hire a wedding planner who can help you outsource these tasks. Any projects that you want done, they will help you handle it. Just make sure before you hire these vendors, most of them come with non-refundable deposits. So just make sure you do your research before you commit.
Another myth. Is it okay for a couple to ask for cash gifts?
It completely is. It is not taboo.
So?
It is not taboo to ask for cash for your wedding, but it matters how you do it, right? So honeymoon funds, cash funds, completely great, but you don't want to communicate any of this stuff on your wedding invitation. That is a hard no. Instead,
don't send them an invitation saying, give me money.
Don't do that. Instead, rely on your wedding website, rely on your friends and family to spread the word.
Oh, get a friend to do it.
Get a friend to do it.
Your website's a nice subtle.
Yeah, and then be really clear about what you're planning on using this money for, right? Whether it's a honeymoon, whether it's family planning, you know, a down payment on a house. A lot of these funds too, after the wedding happens, make sure that you pull that money out of those cash funds and, you know, invest it appropriately so it can collect interest. So it's the gift that keeps on giving.
Okay.
Yeah.
Here's another one I think I've heard so many times, and this is for the families. The bride's family pays for the wedding, the groom's pays for the reception. What do you say to that?
You know, so in the past, this has been the norm, but in 2024, it absolutely is not true. These days, parents on both sides contribute. These parents contribute about 50% to the total wedding spend, with couples covering the rest. But there are so many configurations. Some couples cover this completely themselves. Parents work together. Regardless, just make sure that you are having conversations with your parents about who is paying for what so that there are no surprises. There's rehearsal dinners, wedding parties to think about. You want to make sure everything is covered.
So that means girl dads are off the hook?
Maybe a little.
Just a little.
I'm not going to fully commit to that,
you on the hook for the rest of your life, right? DeMarco, you're never off the hook.
Never off the hook, right? Yeah. So what about couples paying for their plate? Now, this one I don't agree. I know I can't put my own personal opinion in it, but I don't think you should have to pay for your plate.
You know, how would you even know how much that plate costs? You know, as a guest, you can't know these things. At Brides, this is something that we are really trying to help couples unlearn. It is such, you know, it's such a traditional thing to think about, but really, on average, the average wedding gift is about $100 to $150. It's more important to consider your relationship to the couple and your budget. So throw that plate advice out the window, right? If you are a colleague, if you are a distant relative, $50 to $70 is great. If you are a friend, you know, maybe this is a high school buddy, a college buddy, $75 to $100. And then if you are in the wedding party, if this is your sibling, if this is a best friend, $100 to $150 plus.
But if I'm married, that's 2 plane tickets, that's a hotel, that's a gift, and now you still want me to pay for my steak or chicken?
And you have no, you have to consider what you're spending on any travel costs too. All of these things come into play, right? So you're going to think about how much you're already spending to be there, and then you're going to gift based on your relationship to the couple and what you can feasibly afford.
It's like I can't take him anywhere.
Here's the bottom line.
Ask the question.
The point is that you care about these people.
Correct.
You wouldn't and shouldn't be at their wedding if you don't.
Correct.
So lead with your heart.
Or if you don't have enough money, you shouldn't be getting married until next year, right?
Well,
Marco, there's never enough money.
Sarah, thank you so much. That was a lot of fun. We see we get a lot of opinions on this one.